Welcome to Season's blog. The Yield 3.0 Engine, Part 3 SSYM. How Stablecoin Lending Sparks a Compounding Flywheel. This is Part 3 of a 4-part series on Season's Yield 3.0 Engine. Building on Part 1 and Part 2, where we discussed our 3-module architecture and the Transactional Transfer Tax TTT module in depth. This piece explains the Stakeholder Stablecoin Yield Module, SSYM, the module designed to provide Yield 3.0 with a robust baseline while sparking the mechanism's recursive compounding flywheel. Cashflow systems must stand on robust, unwavering foundations. Designed to be slow, steady, and reliable, the Stakeholder Stablecoin Yield Module, SSYM, provides this foundation for Yield 3.0. It's the floor beneath the engine, the mechanism's lower bound, and also a spark plug for the recursive loop through which the entire system compounds. The SSYM thus serves the dual purpose of stabilizing and propelling Season's Yield 3.0 model. And as with every other component of the system, its core objective is to drive maximum yield for nodes, both per round and long-term, in any market condition. From fees to lending pools and back. Every seized transaction, buy, sell, transfer, generates a 10% fee. As of April 2026, the collected fees are swapped directly into inclusion set assets and distributed to nodes, as explained in Part 2 of this series. Once the SSYM module goes live, however, those fees, accounted for in Cs at the moment of transaction, will be secured in stablecoins. Stable, liquid, battle-tested ones like USDc and USDt, initially with the scope of being expanded, for example, into emerging or non-USD variations, as Season's base globalizes. JupUSDC, JPY, EUR, AED, and so on. Rather than underutilizing this stablecoin-denominated fees pool by letting it sit idle between yield generation and payout, the YMS will channel it through overcollateralized lending protocols and other secure instruments. The returns generated in the process, approximately 1 to 7% based on current industry standards, will be recirculated into the system, initiating a compounding flywheel, amplifying yields, strengthening seasons. At the time of distribution, the principal deposited into the SSYM will flow out to active nodes as the TTT yield for the given epoch. Meanwhile, the interest accrued will function as an amplifier across 3 tracks. Yield boosting, a portion of the SSYM proceeds, will top up the TTT yields. Nodes will directly receive more value per round, on top of their TTT payouts for the given epoch. Reserve strengthening. Another portion will be compounded back into the SSYM, steadily growing the reserve and making the module self-sustaining over time. This ensures the SSYM's amplification function scales linearly with its size. Bigger pool, more lending capital, higher returns, larger top-ups on TTT yields. Seize buybacks. The SSYM proceeds will also contribute to seize buybacks on the open market. These buybacks will inject fresh volume into the TTT, in addition to directly supporting the token's value accrual by removing supply. With these 3 autonomous but intertwined tracks, the SSYM will provide a constant positive value pressure to Yield 3.0, and over time, as the underlying reserve grows, it will ensure nodes earn a steady baseline yield, even if the total seize volume flowing through the TTT drops during quieter markets. That's ultimately what Yield 3.0 is all about, delivering a constant, liquid stream of value to nodes. Every element, including the 3 modules, TTT, SSYM, and YAV, is fully optimized for this endgame, and together, they ensure the mechanism thrives in any market condition, undeterred by short-term fluctuations or the cyclical rise and fall of any single asset. Earn more, earn always, earn Yield 3.0. Dear, stay tuned for Part 4 of this series, where we discuss Yield 3.0's 3rd and final module, the Yield Asset Vaults, YAV. While the SSYM boosts utilization for the collected fees, the YAV compounds the inclusion set assets to provide variable amplification to the yield payouts. This is where Yield 3.0 takes on its full form, and then some more. The Yield 3.0 engine. Part 3 SSYM.